Good morning, friends. I am Alpesh Parekh, lecturer in electrical engineering from Government Polytechnic, Himmatnagar. Today I am going to discuss Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Friends, in the last lecture, I have discussed law of energy conservation, role of electrical energy, and use of electrical energy. So, after watching this video, this is the learning outcome. You will be able to understand Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction and make use of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction effectively in the different electrical machines. So, let us understand Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's electromagnetic inductions, there are two laws. The first law is whenever conductor cuts the magnetic field, EMF will induce in that conductor. That is the Faraday's first law. Means whenever the flux link with the conductor changes, the EMF will be induced in that conductor. That is the Faraday's first law. What is the Faraday's second law of electromagnetic inductions? The magnitude of induced EMF in a coil is equals to the rate of change of flux linkages with it. That is Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction. Friends, let us understand by the figure. This is the figure of Faraday's first law. As I have discussed, that when the EMF will be induced, so for the EMF induction, three quantities are required. Number one is conductor, two is magnetic field, and third, there must be a relative motion in between conductor and magnetic fields. So you can see this here, the statement, I repeat, when a conductor is placed in a magnetic field, due to relative motion between the conductor and magnetic field, and EMF is induced. So friends, you can see from the two different experiment number 1, here conductor is moving and magnet is stationary, right? In the experiment number 2, we have taken second condition. Here magnet is moving and conductor remains stationary. So ultimately, whether conductor or magnetic field, either of the two, there must be a relative motion for the production of the EMF. That is the must that you have to understand, right? Now, this is Faraday's second law. The magnitude of induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux linkages, right? Now friends, there are two types of EMF. One is dynamically induced EMF and another is statically induced EMF. So try to understand what is dynamically induced EMF. Dynamically induced EMF means EMF produced due to space variation between magnetic field and conductor. In the other word, try to understand that there is a physical movement of the conductor or the coil is known as dynamically induced EMF. Friends, I have told you that there are three conditions for the production of the induced EMF. One, conductor, magnetic field, and relative motion. So, if there is a physical movement of conductor, it is known as dynamically induced EMF. If there is a relative movement of magnetic field, it is known as statically induced EMF, right? So this is the principle of dynamically induced EMF and statically induced EMF. So friends, now I request you to just pause the video for the few seconds and try to recall where you will apply this dynamically induced EMF principles. So the answer is application of dynamically induced EMF is in the DC generator and AC generator. In this DC and AC generator, the principle of dynamically induced EMF is applicable. Now, statically induced EMF, as I have discussed, EMF produced due to the time variation of flux linking with the stationary conductor. That means in this case the conductor is stationary, but the flux linking with the conductor or the coil is changing, and due to that the EMF will be induced. So that is known as statically induced EMF, right? So this is the Faraday's law of electromagnetic inductions. Friends, in the next session we will try to understand self-induced EMF and mutually induced EMF. Thank you. Have a nice day.